good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. Good morning, y'all. It is Wellness Wednesday. Y'all know I've been doing my boot camps with Tiger Rock's one and only Bashan Jordan. And I had a time walking up these stairs, Bashan. Yesterday was leg day. He had me doing some side squats and some lunges. Aiden was looking at me sideways like, what are you doing? I was like, you should be getting in on this too. He's like, I do that at practice. So he wouldn't do it with me. He sat there and watched me. He was laughing. He was like, Mom, you're pretty good. So I was like, yeah, that's what Tiger Rock does. And I know y'all had a tournament this weekend, and your son came in second. And what happened?
Board breaking.
And board breaking.
Yeah.
Teaching him early.
Yeah.
Teaching him early.
Yeah. He did pretty well, you know. But he was excited just to get a medal. So that was his big thing, because the last tournament he didn't do so well. So he went home disappointed, and, you know, and I was like, dude, like, you know, it's your fault, you know. I mean, if you
now you see what I deal with in the gym.
If you didn't get the medal.
Now you see what I deal with in the gym.
Cry. I'll let you cry for a minute or two, but after that you got to suck it up and, you know, figure out what
There's
you're
no
do.
crying at Tiger Rock.
That's right. Well, let's move on, man. So
there's no crying at Tiger Rock.
And so he stepped to the game this time, so he was ready.
Well, we have a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about jumping to conclusions. So I have a little story for you, but you have to stay tuned for that, because we're talking about, you know, there's no crying. You know where else there's no crying? On the golf course. So we have a special guest in the studio with us today. We have attorney John S. Williams. Welcome to The Good Life. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Thanks, Eileen, for having me.
I'm really excited about this. Golfing has become, you know, kind of the new, it has become the new thing, but it should have been a thing of always, honestly, because there's so much, I think, for me, like humility with the sport. I think it's a gentleman's game.
It will definitely humble you.
Right.
If you've ever played, you know that it will humble you. It's one of those things that's tough to get out there, but once you get out there, you can't stay away.
Exactly. And especially, you know, if you're a little bit competitive, and then it's like competition against yourself.
Oh, yeah. So
if you're one of those persons, Attorney John S. Williams is presenting the Challenge for Charity Tournament. It is Friday, April 1st at the Joe Bartholomew Golf Course, which is 6514 Congress Drive. Friday, April 1st. Y'all, we want to get our golf on. John, give us a little bit more information about the event.
Sure. This is the second year that we've done the golf tournament, and like you said, it's the MS Challenge for Charity. My law office sponsors in concert with Algiers Pharmacy, which is a pharmacy in Algiers, clearly. And we sponsor the golf tournament, but it's for MS, which is multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis, for all the listeners that don't know, is a degenerative neurological disease, so basically a nerve disease that impacts the brain, spinal cord, and the muscles in your eyes. It's a disease that's predominantly found in white women, ironically, but many people in the African American community have it. Some of our champions from the past, Lena Horne had it, Richard Pryor had it. We always hear about Montel Williams, he has it. And it's something that we need to be aware of in our community, because it's a disease that impacts individuals and families, and a really terrible disease, debilitating. So the MS Challenge for Charity, the golf tournament, is something that I started doing last year. This is the second year that I've done it. And it's just an opportunity for all those folks that like to play golf to come out and play. And
can I just drive the cart?
You know what?
I'll put on my WBOK shirt. I'll come drive your cart.
If you don't know how to play golf, that's probably the best thing to do on the golf course, to drive the cart.
I will just come drive the cart.
Because We have a beverage cart,
See?
and we have plenty of beverages.
Exactly.
And driving the car is
Special
always
beverages.
fun. Special beverages, and
Yes.
it's always a lot of fun for the people not only playing but the folks that are driving the car. Last year, we had Reagan Sidney drove the cart,
Shout out to Reagan.
and
She was a cart driver.
Dominique Harris.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if you're familiar.
Yes,
with her.
I do. I know Dominique.
She drove the car, and it was a lot of fun. So the
So
event,
this isn't just so if you can't play golf,
Mm-hmm.
you can still come attend and have fun and participate.
absolutely, and not to lose the bigger point of the event. If you can't play golf and you want to get more informed about multiple sclerosis, the reason why I started to organize this golf tournament around this weekend is because on the following day, on Saturday, is the New Orleans MS Walk.
Oh, okay.
And the MS Walk is a 5K, which is 3 miles.
I can do that.
Yeah.
But Sean, we can do that. We can handle that.
It's
Got
pretty
this.
much twice around Audubon Park, and that's where the MS Walk takes place at Audubon Park on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. And it's just one walk around. You're supposed to do two, but most people just do one.
We can do two.
Yes.
Don't be one of those people who cuts through the bridge.
Oh, no.
Wait, why do I know where the bridge is?
You got to stay on the path.
You gotta stay on the path.
gotta stay
All
on
right,
the path.
deal.
And it's a major event, and it's an event where individuals with MS, people supporting them, caregivers, family, friends, just come together. It's thousands of people that come out and support. And the challenge for charity is pretty much my effort to try to bring awareness, try to raise money for multiple sclerosis research. Because one of the unfortunate things is that they don't know what causes MS and they don't have a
I
cure.
know. That's what I'm reading here. They're saying multiple sclerosis is the most widespread disabling neurological condition of young adults around the world. You can develop MS at any age, but most people are diagnosed between the ages of 20 and 40. 20 and 40, that is so young.
It's terrible. And when you are able to see how it impacts people, like it can take away the use of your legs. You might be in a wheelchair. You might have to walk with a cane. You might not be able to speak, or not speak clearly. You might not be able to see clearly. And it really impacts people in negative ways. That's why it's so important to me. It's always been important to me, my law firm, to support worthwhile causes that are going to impact individuals and families.
I'm reading here that in the United States, about 200 new cases are diagnosed each week.
Wow.
Y'all, each week, 200 new cases are diagnosed each week. And actually, I know someone in the family who has it as well, and it is very debilitating. And, it's painful, just to get up every morning and to do, chores that we think are easy, like walking up the stairs or just anything like that. So it really is a cause that we really need to open our minds to living differently in the world and, stop always just thinking about us. There are other people and how grateful we are just to have our health, with Tiger Rock Nola and all the things that he does for everybody. But think about those people. We have our health. They have some people who don't have those basic things that we do take for granted. And so on April the 1st, we can go out and support those and support others with the golf tournament. So give us that information
Sure.
again.
It's April the 1st, the MS Challenge for Charity Golf Tournament taking place at Bartholomew Golf Course. I think we're starting at 9.
That's a good time.
That's a good time?
Yeah, because
Okay.
we can, roll out of bed. Wait, I'm on the air. That's okay. We have an app for that. Y'all get the WBOK app and y'all can listen to it while y'all play golf.
We're going to have trophies. We're doing a four-person scramble. So if you can't play
What
golf.
does that mean?
That means that you basically use the best score. So if you can't play, get at least three people. One person that can play and 2 other people that can just have fun with.
I'm going to bring my nephew. That's what I'm bringing. Christopher. He's on the golf team at Brother Martin. He's going to be like my ace in my back
There you
pocket.
go.
Yeah, so just as long as you have one person that can really play, you're going to use the best ball. So
Yes.
The best. So if you hit yours 10 feet and they hit theirs 200, you just use the 200-foot ball.
Yeah, he'll be hitting like 285 and something.
And
But I shouldn't say that. Never mind.
They're gonna
He
take
hits
him.
it 2 feet.
We're going to have the golf cart continuously going. So if you can't play and you just get frustrated, just tell the golf cart to keep coming.
Bring me a drink.
Get you some beverages.
There you go.
So it's going to be fun regardless.
And you can get information about this at www.challengeforcharity.info. That is www.challengeforcharity.info. Or let me give you the phone number. It's 504-905-0385. Again, that number is 504-905-0385. Y'all, this is Challenge for Charity. It is a golf tournament. Friday, April 1st at the Joe Bartholomew Golf Course. It is presented by the Law Office of John S. Williams and the Algiers Pharmacy, and the proceeds go to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. I know you said that it was always, personal for you, but is there a reason, or maybe there was someone in the family, or why it really touched your heart?
Definitely. I got diagnosed with MS about 11 years ago. It was the month after I graduated from law school.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank God that I haven't suffered from some of the other things that I see individuals suffer from as a result of MS, but it definitely impacts my life. Tell you a quick story. Mm-hmm. This is one of those things that will shake you at your core and let you and make you not know what exactly the next step is. But fortunately, God blessed me with great sisters and great family members. So 11 years ago in 2004 or 5, my older sister got a team for the multiple sclerosis walk that I talked about last year as a surprise to me.
Oh, wow.
After I got diagnosed. And she after the walk, she took pictures and she won a trophy. And she just presented it to me, and she wanted to let me know that, not only me, but I'm going to bring everybody around to support you and anything that you might go through. So every year since then, I have done the MS walk. And as of late, the last 2 years, I've been able to do a lot more. So I started the MS Challenge for Charity.
What an amazing story. For
awesome.
anyone out there who may not be familiar with MS, were there any early signs that brought you to the doctor?
Absolutely. Basically, at the time, like I said, I got diagnosed a month after I graduated from law school. So one of the things you do in law school is a lot of reading. So my eyesight started to not function very well. Mm-hmm. And right after you graduate from law school, ideally you go and take the bar. So
right,
the
which
bar
is
exam,
more reading.
Yeah, so more reading, and you have to type. And I was typing, and my outside 3 fingers on both hands just wasn't working right. So at the time, I went to the doctor, maybe 4 or 5 times trying to figure out, and they would just tell me, you read too much because you're studying for the bar exam.
Right.
You're stressed. Don't worry about it. So after about 5 times in 2 months, finally I ran across a doctor that said, you know what, I think this is what you have. And they did some tests. Basically, because it's a brain and spinal cord disease, they need to do a MRI and a spinal tap, basically pull spinal fluid. So finally they got me diagnosed. And I guess that was September of 2005.
September of 2005.
Yes.
What an amazing story.
Now, one of the positive things, because you read about MS and you hear about how it negatively impacts individuals. They are making strides every year through involvement from folks in events like the MS Challenge for Charity and the MS Walk. When I first got diagnosed only 10 years ago, they had, I think, 4 to 5 medications, and they all were shots. Either a shot like an individual would take for diabetes, a subcutaneous shot, or an intramuscular shot. And there were 5 of those. And that was the only 5 medicines you can take. Now they have, at least a dozen or more medicines. Some are pills you can take orally. Some are infusions, which you can just go to the doctor and take. They're developing ways where this can become more of a treatable disease than something that really has to, negatively impact your life. So they're making strides every day. That's why it's even more important for us to get involved and try to help to find a cure for this.
Absolutely. Well, to give you your props, you look amazing. So is there something too early diagnosis?
And that's one of the unfortunate things about it. They don't know what causes it, and they don't know how to cure it. So they're like, they can say for lung cancer, stop smoking.
Right.
They can't say that for multiple sclerosis. They don't know if it's hereditary. They don't know if it's environment. They just don't know. So it's nothing that they can really tell you. It just kind of comes about and it happens. The best thing that can happen is, and I think you said this is Wellness Wednesday, right?
Yes, it is Wellness Wednesday. That's why I'm like all in this conversation.
I encourage people to pay attention to your health. Ideally, we would want you to go to the gym to work out, to try to eat right. But even if you don't do that, pay attention to your health. If something does not feel right, talk to a doctor.
Right.
Don't ignore it, because with many of these things, be it prostate cancer, be it multiple sclerosis, early detection can be the best form of treatment that you can have, because you can catch it early and you can prevent, all the horrible things that come along with any kind of chronic illness.
Absolutely. Y'all, pay attention to your body. It is so important. We are here with our special guest today, John S. Williams, Attorney John S. Williams. He is presenting the Challenge for Charity event along with Algiers Pharmacy. It is a golf tournament. It is Friday, April 1st at Joe Bartholomew Golf Course. For information to sign up, it's at www.challengeforcharity.info or call 504-905-0385. That's 504-905-0385. And I will be posting it on all of my social media platforms. That is Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So make sure you stay tuned for that information. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
This is A Good Life, and we'll be right back. L&R Security keeps our family, friends, and event goers safe. And to do that job, they are looking for you. L&R Security Services is now hiring persons for the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, armed and unarmed guards. All interested persons should contact L&R Security Office at 504-943-3191. Fill out an application at L&R's office at 3930 Old Gentilly Road. That's New Orleans, Louisiana. To become one of the proud workers of L&R Security, the minimum requirements are 18 years of age, a completed work application, and criminal background check, 2 forms of ID, whether it be a driver's license, a state ID, military ID, social security card, or other forms of picture ID. L&R Security is looking for qualified employees to assist in keeping the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival safe. They are looking for you. Again, contact them at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191. L&R is always looking for armed and unarmed guards. If this is your profession, they're looking for you. Do you know anyone with less than perfect credit? At KB Enterprises, they specialize in restoring your score. Learn how to increase your credit score with 100% satisfaction guarantee. A+ rating with the BBB, 10-year track record of removing negative items including repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, tax liens, student loans, and more. Kenneth Barnes and his team at KB Enterprises are excited about helping you restore your credit and achieving your financial goals. Whether it's acquiring a home or purchasing a car, don't miss this opportunity to change your life forever. For more info, give them a call at 504-577-4139. Log on to www.kennethbarnes.org and be sure to tune in to The Good Life on Money Mondays and get your financial tips for the week from Kenneth Barnes so you can live the good life too.
Gentilly Italian Pie is home to the $5 Family Happy Hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentilly Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentilly Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax. Have a drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentilly Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Mirabeau for the $5 Family Happy Hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentilly Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Mirabeau in Gentilly.
This is Jonathan Wilson, president of 100 Black Men of New Orleans. 100 Black Men is an organization dedicated to the development of our youth with the objective of making them self-reliant, independent thinkers committed to excellence. We mentor young men and women to be productive citizens. 100 Black Men supports health and wellness initiatives and promotes economic empowerment for our people. We call for the unification of public schools as a first step in ensuring quality education for our children. We urge you to join with us to make sure that New Orleanians control the destiny of our youth and that policies are created to ensure transparency, equity, and accountability for all. A true story of resilience should conclude with a single high-performing school district governed by local citizens. Contact the 100 Black Men at 208-9337 to join our efforts. Thank you.
We all have a price to pay and a role to play.
Calling all to be present who are connected in any way to the criminal justice system. Join in for an afternoon of self-examination and recreation. Experience transforming corrections, dialogue and guidance by the experts. An in-depth discussion on crime prevention, law enforcement, and corrections. Presented by Executive Director of the Correctional Association of New York, Sophia Elijah, and author and master teacher, Ra'un Nefer Amen. Come out and examine the evidence of methods for fixing that which is broken. These experts have a proven track record for in-depth analysis of the issues and a clear vision of accessible goals that positively impact individuals, community, and the city at large. Join us on Wednesday, March 23rd at 3 p.m. in the Conference Center of SUNO's campus. For tickets, please call HMK Amen at 504-638-5534. That's 504-638-5534. Admission is $25.
We all have a price to pay and a role to play.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. The Good Life radio show is brought to you by Morris Reed Jr., a New Orleans law firm. If you have been hit in a car accident or charged with a crime, call 504-488-HELP. That's 504-488-4357. The Morris Reed Jr. Law Firm is a full-service law firm that fights vigorously to get you the money you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or you have been charged with a crime, call Morris Reed Jr. and let their experienced, highly qualified attorneys provide you with expert legal help today. Call 504-488-HELP. That's 504-488-4357, 504-488-5357. Because that is the good life. I am here with my favorite partner in wealth, health.
Wealth is good.
The ambassador for the city of New Orleans for health and wellness. That is, look, I'm getting my days mixed up. Doc Griggs, and I have my favorite, Doc Griggs. He has been working me out. I was walking up the stairs this morning. My thighs were like, fire. Dun, 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 dun. Bashan Jordan of Tiger Rock NOLA. So I'm going to thank you so much for taking me under your wing as a guinea pig, I guess, and doing this one-on-one, I guess.
So I have a question for Bashan.
Yes.
So I'm training for this ultra marathon now, right?
Yes, sir.
what's the hype with does that muscle roller stick? Does that stick thing work?
Yes. It's
What is it?
A foam roller. Those are very important, especially when you're doing heavy exercising and running and things like that. Is going to help loosen up those protein
deposits
in your leg, so
I knew it was deposits.
You got it.
So but it's really good, and also if you get those aches in your knees and your quads and your
You
legs.
mean like when I walk down the stairs in a crack?
Yes,
You do it afterwards or before? When do you do
before
that?
and after. Before and after. So when I was like doing physical therapy for my leg after I broke it, that was the main thing. That's all he had me
When you
doing.
kick down that tree.
Is foam rolling. Foam rolling is, man, that was like one of the best things I ever discovered in my life was foam rolling.
So what exactly is that?
Yeah.
Basically, it's just like this little, I don't know how big, 4-inch. Basically just took the idea from those old bread roller,
Rolling pin.
You roll the pins and just roll your leg. But now they have these not styrofoam, I guess styrofoam. Just foam material.
Foamy.
You can buy from Walmart or any store really.
Or you can make it
You can make a PVC pipe,
Right now.
a PVC pipe like I did. You can just take a PVC pipe that you find in your garage and just roll
I can go to
on.
the Dallas
That
store
doesn't
and
feel as
get
good.
a dough roller.
A PVC pipe doesn't feel as
might
good,
do that.
Roll
but
it.
I might do that. Dollar Tree.
yeah, but there's different exercises you can do.
I'm just playing.
Basically, you
I'm
sit
not.
on
No,
it
I'm not.
and you just roll it back and forth on
It's
your
a good life. We
Yeah.
open
Stretch
our
out
mind
your-
to doing
Straight
things
up.
differently.
stretch out your front quad. I mean your
How long
back
do you do it? Like how?
until you can take it.
See,
So
that
It
is-
hurts?
do you remember? Hold on. Do you remember we used to call him your partner in pain, and we kept
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about that? See, now we're not talking
Eileen,
about that.
stay in that
Okay.
plank.
Yeah.
30
Until-
seconds.
until it don't hurt.
my
Until it
favorite,
hurt.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
You do
Amen.
each.
We're gonna be
You
hurting
don't realize
people.
how
Your
long
back,
that is
you do your
until you're
hamstrings, you do
sitting
your
there.
quads,
Kicking people up, breaking
your side,
stuff. Yeah.
everything, all that, man. It's good.
So about 30 seconds, front and back.
I'm telling you, look,
So
if you don't have one of those, if you work out on a regular basis and you don't have one of those, get one of those now.
and people are complaining a lot about their knees. I'm popping and banging and store and stiff. What do you do for
It
that?
is. What can we do for our knees?
stretching. You got to stretch.
Because obviously, if you have too much weight,
And I was gonna
the
say,
weight is on
For
your
those
knees.
who don't like to
Right.
stretch, which a lot of people don't, those foam rollers will help you. It's not a equal substitute, but it's the closest thing you're going to get to helping with besides stretching. But you got to stretch though, more so after you work out, and not so much before, just a little bit before. But
like loosen up before
you
the
do
really
dynamic
stretch
stretch moves like yoga poses, like you have your dynamic, things
I
like
hate
that.
downward dog. If I see a dog that's down, I'm just going to pick him up.
Yeah, something moves that's going to
Whack,
you
man.
continually flowing through. That's your kind of stretch you want to use before you work out, and after you work out, you want to do isometric stretching, where you're holding.
What is that?
Where you're holding a
You
position
can't
for
be
about
giving
10
all these
seconds.
Talking about
big
some
words
ice.
and
Ice.
us not
What
know.
you talking about? Put some ice on what? I like ice.
Oh, well,
Huh?
yeah, you put ice on it too. But you hold each stretch for about 10 seconds, and what you want to do is tense up your body for 10 seconds, nice and tight, and then you relax, and then you go, and you're gonna find yourself going further and further down, whatever stretch you're doing. But
So we can do a split.
yeah,
So the other
Yeah.
question though is the other thing we need how to strengthen you. We have to strengthen the muscles around our knees in order
Correct.
not to put as much pressure.
Not to look like you when you're walking. After that marathon.
Yeah, I was
so
just,
you got jump
Hey.
I don't
roping.
even know where it came from.
Jump rope is a good exercise,
She
good
drinking
warm
clear
up
water.
exercise. Your plyometrics, that's like your squats, your jump squats, things like that. Those
Are
are
there
nice.
any exercises you can do like for your knees? Because it seems
Yeah,
like
that's
you
the
use
thing.
them so much.
The chair, right?
The chair, the squats.
I mean, the stuff that you
But
had been
honestly,
doing.
it's strengthening your core is what's going to help your knees. Strengthening your core
And the leg,
Really?
and the legs around,
It-
the muscles around your knees.
is going to help your your core muscles are what really is kind of connected to your knees, I guess.
Well, your core is connected to your quads and your hands.
Exactly.
Those muscles connect down to your gastrocs and your soleus muscles down.
But
in
what
your
happens is when we
legs.
use our back muscles so much, it's when they say lift with your knees and not your back. You have a risk of hurting your knees and tweaking something. But that's why you want to use your core, squeeze
How
those
about
glutes.
phone a friend?
Even when you're running, how do you run? Do you run?
I know, because you can run funny.
Hips.
Do you squeeze your glutes while you're doing it, or you try to?
Are you supposed to?
No.
You try to.
You're supposed to
You gotta relax in a way, but you try.
Do no tight booty running.
Really?
Not necessarily tight booty running, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my gosh, that was TMI. I was a bad visual.
Keep
None of that.
Keep it tight. You know what I'm saying? Not
talking about wellness.
You ever see people
talking about
You see people running around. Non-professional runners, they're all over the place when they're running.
I know, because I see people running and they're like really standing, looking like they're standing up straight, and they have like a little stride.
A good stride, but you want to keep your body loose, but not to where you got those arms just flinging all over the place.
There's a way to jog.
Good stride, good posture.
I try.
You can get that analyzed.
Like that
I
type
try.
of thing.
At a shoe store, at the foot store, at the running store, they'll analyze your gait and your jog. And there's a lot that has to go along with it. The other big thing that you have to do, and since you stepped into the running world, is that your shoes.
I was about to say that. It is so important to get shoes. If you're going to start walking or jogging or trotting or moving, it's very important to get shoes that fit your feet.
Yeah.
You want to look cool with the newest this, that, and the other, but it's very important to get shoes that fit your feet. And I'll give you a true story. I actually had to. I have my right foot, the arch is a little bit lower than on my left foot, and so it was really important for me to get. It was like these New Balance that were unfortunately very expensive, but they were very. It totally changed the way that I ran.
Did you feel the difference?
Oh my gosh, I felt the difference because I have tarsal tunnel.
And
so at first it'll be it will be painful, but it's not painful anymore.
The way to think about shoes is, especially for ladies, if you've ever had to go somewhere and try to go to an event with a pair of cheap shoes on, and you can stand up for about 10 minutes.
Even Christian Y'all can play if y'all want to. All the ladies that spend all that money on those, like, they need a platform. I'm not buying them.
A good pair of shoes will change your life if you're just walking around. So imagine if you're going to be running for an hour, half hour, 2 hours at a time. 4 hours. It'll change everything about you. But just like we were talking about wearing those heels.
Yes.
Your shoes just like those heels can cause knee problems and hip problems. It's the same thing with your athletic shoes.
The soles in your shoes too. I mean, you gotta,
Bad soles will hurt your soul.
Oh yeah, it will hurt your soul.
And you can't keep them forever. No. Y'all, it's like a toothbrush. It's like once a month, once every 2 months, whatever.
Now that's too many shoes.
Eileen. But I mean, once you use them, so like if you've been having the same pair of tennis shoes that you walk
since
in
10th grade,
and you look at the sole and it's side, y'all know what I'm talking about, because some people walk unevenly, and so it's like the sole is used and it's horizontal. It's diagonal. So you need to do something.
You got to break into some shoes too before you start running.
So this is something that I learned. To break them in. Training for all these miles for the marathon. When you're running on the New Orleans streets, it's a bad idea to run on the side of the street with the cars because of the angle of the street. It slopes down.
Yes.
So that can cause all kind of knee injuries. It's a good idea also to rotate your shoes so you don't get repetitive use injuries. But what I wanted to ask, besides, is what's the benefit of rest?
Oh Lord, man! If you don't rest, I mean, you got to give your body some time to kind of collect itself. I guess resting is important. Even if you're trying to lose weight, you gotta.
You have me resting because
why are you looking at me?
We'll do a leg
I'm
day.
At everybody.
We'll do a leg day, and then my rest day is like we'll do cardio, and then I do my arm day.
As business people, we have a harder time, a more challenging time doing that resting or getting good rest. I can speak for myself. I don't rest as much as I need to. So you but that takes a toll on you. So, but even taking time between your exercises. So that's why, we don't do, rigorous, training every day because, you give you a little day break, for right now. Until we step it up a little bit. But yeah, you give you some time to collect yourself and let your body recuperate, because injuries can happen.
And it takes time for muscles to build.
And and just recover. So you mentioned ice earlier. Yes, you can put ice on it. Take those deep ice baths and things like that. things like that. But
and soaking in Epsom salt. I want to say that before we go out
is good. Epsom salt is good.
Don't play with Epsom salt though. Don't ingest it, boy. It'll make
make
for a long evening. Make for a long night.
Yes.
Soaking in Epsom salt. Taking a bath. Hot soap.
I was gonna say some people use it to cleanse their body.
Yeah, they're gonna cleanse. They're gonna cleanse that, and they're gonna cleanse everything else in the house.
We said soak in it. See how they go left, y'all?
No, it's not left.
Y'all see how they go left.
It is a mild laxative.
I know.
It's an osmotic
but
cleanser.
We were talking about muscles
everything out,
and working out and wellness.
It
and
says
they
it on the
left.
package.
Be careful. Yeah, don't play with it. If you want to be well, don't play with it now.
Do y'all see how they were jumping
Eat some fiber
to conclusions?
and drink some water.
Y'all see how they were jumping to conclusions? I want
y'all
to stay tuned because I have a story about jumping to conclusions that will open your mind to living differently in the world. Stay tuned. It's Wellness Wednesday. We'll be right back. L&R Security keeps our family, friends, and event goers safe. And to do that job, they are looking for you. L&R Security Services is now hiring persons for the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, armed and unarmed guards. All interested persons should contact L&R Security Office at 504-943-3191. Fill out an application at L&R's office at 3930 Old Gentilly Road. That's New Orleans, Louisiana. To become one of the proud workers of L&R Security, the minimum requirements are 18 years of age, a completed work application, and criminal background check, 2 forms of ID, whether it be a driver's license, a state ID, military ID, social security card, or other forms of picture ID. L&R Security is looking for qualified employees to assist in keeping the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival safe. They are looking for you. Again, contact them at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191. L&R is always looking for armed and unarmed guards. If this is your profession, they're looking for you.
Gentili Italian Pie is home to the $5 Family Happy Hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentili Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentili Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax. Have a drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentili Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Mirabeau for the $5 Family Happy Hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentili Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Mirabeau in Gentilly.
As a business owner, do you ever wonder how you can gain better exposure to potential clients, not only locally but around the world? The internet has changed the game for everybody, and whether you're a small mom and pop shop, a medium-sized business, or nonprofit, it's important that you have a web presence online. We at Peak Mountain Technology Solutions understand that growing your business means more to you than most people realize. That's why we've taken it upon ourselves to offer the very best in website design. We're talking custom-built websites that are professionally designed with your business in mind. Websites that are designed to help attract customers to your business. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, give Peak Mountain Technology Solutions a call today to see how we can help. In addition to website design, we offer a full range of information technology support. So give us a call today at 504-355-8400. Again, that's 504-355-8400.
Carter Business Development delivers. For businesses to compete, they must have access. Let CBD be your bridge for business development services, radio advertising, social media marketing, brand ambassador, outreach, and access. Contact Carter Business Development at 504-400-7127 or email Eileen@tglradioshow.com. Carter Business Development creates unfolding opportunities. CBD connects the dots from where you are to where you want to be. Join the good life now with Carter Business Development, 504-400-7127, 504-400-7127. As quoted, a man who stops advertising to save money is like a man who stops a clock to save time. Let CBD save you time and give you access. Call 504-400-7127, 504-400-7127. Take the steps required for access so you can live the good life too with Carter Business Development. That's 504-400-7127.
This is Jonathan Wilson, president of 100 Black Men of New Orleans. 100 Black Men is an organization dedicated to the development of our youth with the objective of making them self-reliant, independent thinkers committed to excellence. We mentor young men and women to be productive citizens. 100 Black Men supports health and wellness initiatives and promotes economic empowerment for our people. We call for the unification of public schools as a first step in ensuring quality education for our children. We urge you to join with us to make sure that New Orleanians control the destiny of our youth and that policies are created to ensure transparency, equity, and accountability for all. A true story of resilience should conclude with a single high-performing school district governed by local citizens. Contact the 100 Black Men at 208-9337 to join our efforts. Thank you.
This is your weekly health tip brought to you by New Orleans East Hospital. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Almost all colorectal cancers begin as precancerous polyps in the colon or rectum. Such polyps can be present in the colon for years without any symptoms before cancer develops. Gastroenterologist Dr. Harold Shelby says it is important for African Americans to get regular colonoscopy screenings because African Americans are diagnosed with colorectal cancer at a younger age than other ethnic groups. And African Americans with colorectal cancer have decreased survival compared to other ethnic groups. New Orleans East Hospital now offers the Open Access Colonoscopy Program. Open Access is ideal for healthy patients who need a routine colonoscopy and who have no serious medical conditions. Come by and schedule your colonoscopy with Dr. Shelby at New Orleans East Hospital, both here to provide everything you need to ensure a healthy colon. New Orleans East Hospital, quality health care close to home.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. And we want you to be living the good life on Friday, March 25th. The Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday is going up on a Friday. It sets off at the Juju Bag Cafe at 5363 Franklin Avenue. Y'all, that is Friday, March 25th. It's Good Friday. Doors open at 6 p.m. There will be a happy hour. Show starts at 7. The early bird tickets are on sale now. Go get them. There is limited seating. We packed bullets last time, so we are now at a larger space. It's thegoodlife.brownpapertickets.com. You can go on the Good Life Radio Show Facebook page. There is a link there. You can go on our Twitter page at TGL Radio Show. There is a link there as well. It is thegoodlife.brownpapertickets.com. That's thegoodlife.brownpapertickets.com. The buffet will include red beans, jambalaya, fried catfish for everybody who can't eat meat, and chicken drumettes for everybody who can. And, of course, there will be bread pudding, so make sure you come early. Bring a friend. We'll also be celebrating the birthday of comedian Tony Frederick. We will have comedians Tony Frederick, Matt Owens, Courtney G., and Terry Scott. The Good Laugh is comic relations, y'all. Come out, have a ball. It'll be, a fun, long weekend, so make sure you meet us at the Juju Bag on Friday, March 25th, because that is the good life. But, Shans, I know before the show we were talking about jumping to conclusions, and you were telling me you never do that, right? Ever.
Never.
Doc, do you ever jump to conclusions?
Of course not.
Of course not. Why would that happen? Well, I have a story about a gentleman. And I think, some people have heard this story before. It, has passed through the generations, but sometimes we need to be reminded. So this is a little story about a gentleman who was working at his employer's, I'd say, mansion or house. So the story goes, my boss drove a luxury car every day, and it was my duty to greet him to open the gates for him, as I worked as a watchman in his villa. But he never responded back to my greetings. One day he saw me opening the garbage bags outside the villa in search for any leftover food. But as usual, he never even looked at me. But it was like as if he never even saw me either. But the very next day, I saw a paper bag at the same place. But it was clean, and the food inside was covered well. It was fresh and good food, like someone had just brought it from the supermarket. I didn't bother as to where it came from. I just took the paper bag, and I was just so happy about it. Every day, I found this paper bag at the same place with the fresh vegetables and all that we needed for our home. This became my daily routine. I was eating and sharing this food with my wife and kids. I was wondering who this fool could be to forget his paper bag full of fresh food every day. One day there was a big problem in the villa, and I was told that my boss had died. There were so many guests coming to the villa that day that I didn't get any food that day, so I thought that one of the guests must have taken it. But the same thing happened on the second day, the third day, and the fourth day. It went on like this for a few weeks, and I found it difficult to provide food for my family. So I decided to ask the wife of my boss for a raise in my salary, or else I would have to quit my job as the watchman. After I told her, she was shocked and asked me, how come you've never complained about your salary for the last 2 years? And why is the salary not enough for you now? I had gave her so many excuses, but she was never convinced. So finally, in the end, I decided to tell her the truth. I told her the entire story of the bag of groceries and as to how it was my daily provision. She then asked me as to when this stopped. I told her after the death of her husband. And then I realized that I stopped seeing the paper bag immediately after the death of my boss. Why didn't I ever think of this before? That it was my boss who was providing this for me. I guess it was because I never thought that a person who never replied to my greetings could ever be this generous. His wife started to cry, and I told her to please stop crying, that I'm really sorry that I asked for a raise. I didn't know that it was your husband who was providing me with the meals. I'll remain as the watchman and be happy to provide service to you. His wife told me, I'm crying because I finally found the 7th person my husband was giving this bag of food to. I knew my husband was giving 7 people every day, and I had already found the other 6 people. In all these days, I was searching for the 7th person, and today I found him. From that day onwards, I started to receive the bag full of food again. By this time, his son was bringing it to my house and giving it to me in my hand. But whenever I thanked him, he never replied, just like his dad. One day, I told him, thank you, in a very loud voice. He replied back to me to please not be offended when he doesn't reply, because he has a hearing problem, just like his dad. Oh, we've been wrong so many times judging others without knowing the true story behind their actions. Be kind and courteous in dealing with others, for everyone is fighting a hard battle. Be careful. Not everything is about you. Before you assume that there is a thing called asking. Don't jump to conclusions, because that is not truly an exercise. It may cause you more harm at the end of the day. Many of our problems are caused by how we process what has happened around us. Don't judge a situation you have never been in. Be humble enough to learn. You do not know it all. Let's change the way we feel about ourselves and others. There are 2 sides to every story, and don't believe everything you hear. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. And that is a good life. Wow. So I know we've heard different, versions of this story throughout our lifetimes, but I really wanted to bring it up again because it opens your mind to living differently in the world. He thought that he was being ignored. The watchman at the villa thought he was being ignored and that no one was paying attention to him. And all that time, it was his boss that was actually taking care of him and helping him feed his family. And he thought the boss was mean and, was ignoring him, and the boss had a hearing problem. Mm-hmm. So how many times in our daily lives Do we make an assumption about someone else? We jump to conclusions, but we have no idea what they're fighting. Like we had Attorney John Williams on. If you looked at him, you think he's perfectly healthy. No one would know that he was fighting MS. You look at people every day, you have no idea what they're going through.
Yeah.
Open your mind to living differently in the world. Let's be loving, compassionate, understanding, and tolerant. Open your mind, y'all. Y'all thoughts on the story?
Well, no, that's the thing that we say with health in general. The get checked, get fit, get moving. It's always amazing to me when it's time for, this is colorectal cancer month. When the cancer months come around, the survivors come out of the woodwork, and the people that like your Aunt Sharon,
right?
You would never know. So here's the thing.
Because she looks amazing.
What
She's
does
been
the
doing
perfectly? We need to redefine what perfectly healthy looks like. Perfectly healthy is more a mindset. You talk about the good life.
Yes.
It's a wellness. The attorney John that left earlier. I've known him for years. You never know. People don't go around broadcasting what's wrong. Your diabetics don't go around. The person is having a struggle at home. The people with mental illnesses. This guy had a deaf. Was deaf. He couldn't hear.
Exactly.
You don't stop judging. Perfectly healthy is a way of life. It's an attitude, and it's what you project to the world. So, when Danny, I've been really, really good this month. I'm not talking about it and holding it together. But when first time I went to his visit him at chemo, I always talk about how I expected to walk in from what even though I'd gone through oncology, and typically when you're training, you see the sickest of the sick, and I never took the time to go to the chemo ward. I expected to see something like I'd seen in the movies.
Yeah.
And they were playing cards, spades, dominoes, flirting with the nurses, clowning, the whole nine. And you would never know that they had cancer. Then one of the older guys said, well, so what I'm supposed to look like, Doc?
Right.
You're right.
Exactly.
Well dressed, well groomed. So you never know. You never know.
You never know what someone else is going through. Sean?
Yeah, I mean, and kind of piggyback on that, a lot of times, well, probably all the time, they don't want to, want you to treat them differently from anybody else, because usually when you see somebody sick, we kind of want to baby them a little bit, and it just act differently, and you don't want to. You want to be the same old person that you've known for whatever, so, and that's, that's kind of why they probably don't even let a lot of people know, what kind of, whatever illness or anything that they're going through. And it doesn't have to be, illness. It could be, something within their family.
Right. They could have had, a struggle in the family.
Exactly.
They could have had a bad day, whatever the situation is.
Yeah, just a bad day. I go to work every day. You go to work every day. And you have to present yourself a certain way every day. When I go out in front of people, I can't be like, well, when the kids ask me, how you doing today? Let me tell you, it's horrible.
Right.
You can't do that. You can't.
What if I came on the radio every morning and I was just a negative Nelly person?
Yeah.
That would not work.
Yeah.
Whether I'm feeling good or bad, I'm delivering the good life.
Exactly.
The flip side of that, though, is, and I'd like to issue a challenge for the rest of the week, actually.
Yeah.
How many times have you had your day changed by, be it a little kid or someone random you don't know, just smiling at you?
Smiling.
Good morning.
Yeah.
No, seriously, good morning. You all right? And they smile. It changes it. So I challenge people to go out and smile.
Yeah.
They might think you're crazy or a fool, but somebody is going to smile back. You ever notice the first thing people do is they
Start
smile?
with your family. They might think you're crazy. Smile at your family.
They smile with their eyes first.
Yeah.
Once they recognize a smile, you see it, and then they smile, and it'll make you forget everything that's wrong.
Exactly. And there's one lesson I learned, and I learned this one at the end of last year. Very, God put it right up in my face. Don't believe everything you hear. There are two sides to every story, and sometimes you have to have your own discernment and make your own decision.
Yeah.
And you can get information. Information is good, but you have to ultimately make those decisions for yourself.
Exactly.
So don't let other people lead you astray. Focus on what you know, your gut and your intuition, because generally that is what will lead you in the right direction, as well as being loving, kind, understanding, courteous, and tolerant.
And forgiving.
And forgiving, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Because one of the things is don't judge, because you're processing a situation due to the mind frame that you have at that moment. So say you were stressed at that moment. you may, lash out at that person. Whereas you could have had that same information 3 hours later, but you just ate a great meal, so you feel better. You know what I'm saying? So, watch how you process the information, because sometimes it's not about you.
I got a question. Have you ever had a situation with, especially, growing up with siblings, cousins, family members, significant others, whatever, where y'all not speaking to each other just because of the way someone walked in the room? Oh, she looked at me like that. Well, you know what? Forget her then. Man, that dude looking at me crazy.
Yeah.
Then finally, like, oh, what's wrong with you? Nothing. What's wrong with you? No, you looked at me. Well, you looked at me. Oh, well, I'm good then. What's up? But it's an assumption, like you said, Jim.
Exactly.
Just because, man, I might have heartburn. I walk in the room and don't speak.
So, y'all, this is Wellness Wednesday. Open your mind to living differently in the world. Don't judge a situation. Be humble. Learn enough. We don't know it all. Let's change the way we feel about ourselves and others through love, compassion, understanding, and tolerance, because that is the good life. And there's always two sides to every story. Don't believe everything you hear. Make sure you stay tuned for Gumbo Talk. We'll be back tomorrow.